If not, we're gonna have. Okay. Hopefully this time works. I got Mark going to find the mics and everything now too. We're just gonna do it from my phone now, so y'all get to see this literal hot mess up close and personal for the moment. I gave up. I don't know what's wrong with the computer. I know what's wrong with the computer. The protection stuff we bought ran out. Yeah, it ran out. I think it was yesterday. So that's what's wrong with the computer. Isn't that how it always goes? Okay. So y'all just bear with us. Hopefully everybody finds us. Hopefully everybody makes it back home. Because this ain't working. Nobody's here. So maybe I can get on both the computer and the laptop at the same time. Maybe. Hey, Misty, you hear me? Good. We pulled out the phone. Like I said, I know what's wrong with it. The protection plan on the computer ran out. That's exactly what's wrong with it. So, yeah. Why does that say upcoming?
There you go.
Okay. Alrighty. Alright, y'all, we're fixing to mess with the mics. Y'all share the video. We're back on live finally. Tell me if you can still hear me, Misty. Can you still hear us? Because I just plugged in the mic now.
Oh, let me get back on my phone real quick.
Yeah. I think Misty's the only one that's found us. Wasn't sure, message y'all on Messenger trying to help. We're glad you got it. Okay, she can hear me. Yay. Yeah, I don't know what was wrong with the computer. I tried to go into StreamYard even and try to see if I could do it through StreamYard and make it work, but the mics on the computer, the mic is just not working. The built-in mic that we've always used has just suddenly decided that it is not going to work. So
Spencer was telling me there's some keys, other keys on your computer that does something with volume too.
well, there's this little thing here.
I can't remember.
And then there's the up and down and mute button.
Which one are we on here?
We're on the one with my picture.
That one?
Probably.
Because it keeps showing the other one.
Well, it's still there, yeah.
And that's what mine keeps trying to go to. So let me figure it out here real quick.
Like I said, it's got this picture.
Okay, there we go.
Yeah.
Now we're in there.
So let me go in here and delete these other ones.
Alright.
If I
Let me
can.
figure it out here real quick.
Like I said, it's got this picture. Well, I gotta go into manage videos. So how's everybody doing tonight? Let me turn this camera around to where Mark can be seen. And let me adjust the camera a little bit too. And then
Misty, I gotta have this fixed
connect,
before
and
Sunday.
If the mic is turned off, it'll be, well, no, you've got those headphones you can use.
Yeah, but something ain't, I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know what happened either.
I may have to log in a little early with one
You're
other
definitely
one.
going to have to log in early and test it.
Yep.
Delete, and I'll play with it tonight and see what I can find out. And then live from Creepy Mountain. Did we start that twice?
I don't know.
Because it's pending too for some reason.
Yeah. And I guess everybody else can't find us.
Yep, I shared it, so you may need to go in and do some sharing too, babe. So you know where share is? Drop your live chat. No, go back.
What?
Make it big. There's a little.
Here, give me a
There you
minute.
go.
I'm not as fast as
Now,
you.
drop your chat. Well, shoot. So, the X. And then share is in there somewhere.
Yeah, it's right here. Who do I need y'all? Have you shared any of this one?
I shared it to my Facebook. I tagged Spencer and Misty. Let's see. Blue-Eyed Northern has made it. Michael Haywood is back. Mark is in. Mark Green. Spencer made it. Alright, so everybody's here. Man, and I had such a good picture going. That picture of Mark on a tractor, all that good stuff.
Yeah.
Yep. And now just to be starting it all over again. But you know what? Hey, there's a picture of a tractor. Oh, no, it's not neither. That's funny. If I do it on the phone, if I do it in the computer through the live, it'll let me pick. But editing it, it won't let me do what I want. That's something. Alright, so let me just get out of there. Alright, so I got to figure out what's going on with that for you for Sunday.
Yeah, we'll figure that out later.
Yep. Alright.
Let's get our live going. And
yep. Now
sorry
that we
about all the
got it going.
technical difficulty. That's kind of the same thing that happened with me and Spencer that morning. Well, it was kind of.
No, because I had that video game playing in the background.
Oh, yeah. They could hear that. But
they heard that instead of your voice.
Right.
Because it was overriding the mic.
Right.
That's not the same thing.
There was 2 keys, though, he said somewhere else to mash, and I can't remember what he said. If you remember what you told me that day, Spencer, write it out real quick, because I can't remember what keys you told me. It was 2 keys or something he told me. Oh, hey, everybody.
Well, I'm going to restart
Ken,
the computer.
Misty, Blue-Eyed Northern, whoever else I have missed. And here, Spencer.
I don't think Ken has found us back. Why have we got 2 mics?
Yeah, he is. He's right here.
Oh, did he? Good. I see the problem.
Michael Haywood.
All these people.
All right, so we lost a few. We lost Janelle and I think Mark D, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Maybe they'll find us here in a minute.
Maybe so.
Whew,
it's hot.
Sometimes these
I wonder if I can turn on that air conditioning now.
Yeah, you probably can. What's going on? Oh,
I'm restarting it because that may be the whole problem. All right, go back to working, Misty. Thank you.
Yeah, we understand, Misty, how it is. A lot of days I'm having to listen to YouTubes while I'm working to catch up on them.
Sherry made it in.
Hey, Sherry, how you doing? Yeah, it's hot in the south.
Ken reached 103.
For some reason, it does not feel that hot to me. I don't know why.
Our yard is cooler.
Yeah.
No offense. Our yard is cooler. We've got 20 oak trees keeping it cool. We've got lots of plants keeping it cool. Everybody else that ain't got them shade trees and everything, they burning up.
That's true. We do have a lot of oaks. But I'm even I went out yesterday, went to town, stuff, I didn't feel that hot.
Babe, it's hot.
No, I ain't even broke out in sweat yet.
That's you. It's hot.
Okay.
Sorry, it's hot.
I don't know.
You got something going on with you.
Yeah.
Because it's hot.
All right.
I mean, you need to know how hot it is. Look at my hair.
Yeah.
Baby Huey.
All right. Well, we know it's hot. We know a lot of folks is catching the devil with it. I know out Texas, Louisiana, Arkansas, and some other parts, South Carolina, North Carolina. I don't know what the temperature actually got here today.
It got up there.
Yeah. So
I was covered in sweat by lunch. There wasn't a stitch of clothing on me that was dry.
Yeah.
So.
I don't know. When I was cutting grass a while ago, I felt comfortable. Which I mean, there was a good breeze blowing through here today.
Yep.
Plus, being on the lawnmower, it's moving, so I'm stirring air up.
And it's this little microclimate we got going here.
Yeah.
And anybody tells you there's not little microclimates in different places, don't listen to them.
Yeah. There's some drawbacks bad about having the big trees, but overall it's pretty good. So, but we hadn't had a rain since Sunday. I think it was our last big rain. You want to see my phone where you can?
Yeah, I really do.
Yeah.
Oh, Ken's dealing with Canadian smoke too.
Yeah, I seen that. I know a lot of people up in the northern states are. I know my son texted me last night and said it was real smoky in Columbus, and then I think I seen Eric's live this morning on him his way to work, and he's talking about the smoke, and I'm glad it hasn't made it to Alabama. We had a storm just went right down the east side of us a while ago. It was a big storm. It's down around Columbus, Georgia now. So.
Oh, is that what you and Larry were talking about?
Yeah, and in fact, it was kind of dark looking when I got up here today. It looked like it was dark a little bit in places, and that may have been what was going by about that time. So.
Right.
Anyway.
Blue-eyed Northern Pat said it's 97, feels like 109.
Yeah, one thing I'm wondering too if our humidity is a little lower right now or something.
No, it's hot.
Yeah, well, I don't know.
I think ours was saying the feels like was 112 or something. For our area today, I don't remember. It was bad.
Maybe my
Joe Parker made it.
Hey Joe, how you doing? I guess my body's acclimating to it.
Your body's acclimating, and mine does fine in summer. But that greenhouse and that freshly paved parking lot.
Well, yeah, that's. I remember all them years I used to work out at the quarries and farmed big time. He didn't seem to mess with me much.
Carrollton, Georgia, checking in.
Oh, cool.
I'm from Cedartown, so.
Yeah, Carrollton's not far from Sylacauga.
Mark Creel.
Not far from Sylacauga, about an hour and a half.
We got way too many Marks.
Well.
I just realized that. Yeah. Because this is Mark Creel from Carroll.
Oh, you ought to see some of the YouTube chats. How many Marks are in there?
Oh, I can imagine.
That's why everybody knows me as Mark Plowboy Green. So, yeah, it's some hot weather, but we're supposed to have a good bit of thunderstorms next week. I think they were supposed to get some pretty severe stuff up north today. Because at work, I got my settings set on Ohio too, besides Alabama. On my computer at work, on my weather and what's happening, and that way I kind of keep up with what's going on around Columbus, Ohio, since my two kids are there. I try to keep up with what the weather and what issues they having up there. Boy, they're having some issues up there.
Are they?
Oh yeah, but
are they drought or rain?
Well, no, just that, but they've having some issues around Columbus. So
what's going on around Columbus?
A bunch of people disappearing all of a sudden.
Oh.
They can't find them.
You hadn't told me about this.
Well, I've just been watching it this week. It kind of blew my mind. It's all down there on the south side, southeast
Not
side.
Not the side they are?
No, they're on the northwest side.
Whistle and Video Mark. I think he answered several times on comments about whistles. John was whistling.
Yeah. Me and him had talked, and I told him a lot of times the Sasquatch would answer a whistle back. And when we stopped at that little point, that's the place where me, Rebecca, Ella, and her friend, and there was Jonathan Odom, Bob Trent, Tim Dillis. I can't remember. There was two other guys there, and I can't remember from my world what their name was. It hit me in a minute. But they were actually staying out there that night, and we just really went out to visit. And I'm gonna go back to that spot. But Jonathan.
Oh, there's definitely Bigfoot sightings down there in that area.
Oh yeah, Jonathan walked up to that camp spot, and sister went with him. I kind of stayed at the truck, and he told me when he got up there at the top. But what got all this started, and I didn't really go into it on the video. If y'all seen where I stopped at on top of the bridge at Horse Creek, and I mentioned there was a couple down in the water playing. They had the little kids down there in the water. There's a little trail you can walk down. I didn't show them on camera. I try not to do that with people if I can help it. The guy, before I started filming, the guy we stopped, and the guy asked me. We both got out and looked over the bridge a minute, and the guy asked me what made popping noises in the woods. And I said, "What do you mean by popping noises?" And he pointed up the hill that he kept hearing popping noises. And I said, "Well, bearing hogs." And I did say other things too, but I didn't say what it was. And he said, "Well, I've just been hearing a popping noise up that hill." He said, "It's like something making it with its mouth." That's when I stood there a few minutes. I never did hear it. And me and Jonathan, I got in the truck, started the video back. Me and him went to the top of the hill to get away from them, and since they said that was coming from that direction, we get up there at the top of the hill, and that's when Jonathan walks up the road, and I stay at the truck, and he's been up there maybe 30 seconds. He claims he heard what sounded like bipedal movement or walking. Also, sister comes flying back to the truck, which is highly unusual, and dives up in the truck.
That is unusual.
Won't get out for a minute. I don't say much to her. I think in the video I said something about it, but then she finally gets back out, but we've been standing there then maybe 5-6 minutes, and we don't hear nothing else, and that's when she starts rambling around being a dog again. Because I think she was fixing to go walk off down the woods, and I stopped her. But Jonathan did whistle twice, kind of a low whistle, because I told him sometimes they'll answer a whistle. But we never did get a whistle that I know of. Unless y'all heard something I did not hear. Now, if you did, I need to go back and listen to the video real close in that area.
Yeah, he put a timestamp on it.
So, I do believe that was Jonathan. Because I think he even whistled one time while he was up on the hill, because I heard it. Because I told him a lot of times they communicate with whistles. We were hearing the popping noise, or the people were hearing the popping noise. We never did experience that. So even when I got up on top of the hill, I didn't hear no popping noise. I'm not going to say I felt like something was watching me. I didn't get that feeling. That's why I said in that video it could have been a deer, squirrel. Not everything's Bigfoot. So it was strange though. Sister come flying back to the truck, wide open, and pretty much dove up in the truck for a minute. Went to the back seat. Now it was starting to thunder some, and
she don't like that.
She don't like it, so that could have had something to play with that. So, but that area is very active. That's where Rebecca seen the fog, but me and Ella and the other girl seen the figure step out on the road. That's where Jonathan Odom goes a good bit.
Or did.
That's where some of the dog man sightings that he's talking about is coming from, is that area. We did try to go find Horse Creek Cemetery. They have gates up everywhere now. Brand new gates the National Forest Service does. Don't know why they're putting brand new gates up. So there's another road that does come into the cemetery, but you have to go around the world to get to it.
I guess that goes with spraying with herbicides in the National Forest too, don't
Yeah, so I don't know what they're doing there. They hadn't sprayed up in there. That was strange. I know that Mr. Barton Nunley mentioned again this week on his Facebook about the white vans being in the LBL, and the white vans have been seen in Tydega National Forest too, with people with fatigues on. Don't know what that really is. I mean, that could be government. That could just be a militia group practicing or playing war. I don't know, but it is kind of strange. But me and him had a good ride through there. Went to Turnip Seed Campground. Had a subscriber that stayed there back in the spring, and
let me go check on the Poochie dog.
Heard some weird vocalizations.
She's in the hallway.
Yeah. I heard some weird vocalizations not far from that campground. There have been sightings at that campground in the past. I think one of them's on the Bigfoot BRFO, whatever pronunciation is for it. But and then there's another guy, Mr. McDonald, that used to have Alabama Bigfoot Society. I don't even know if his website exists anymore. He passed away a few years ago. I don't know if his family took it down or not. He used to have a lot of information too about the Talladega National Forest because he was on the Clay County, Randolph County side of it, and he took some reports from the Cheat Hall area. Sister, come over here, sit down. And so, sit down and behave. Everything's okay. All right, sit down. Anyway, yep, here we go. So, good gracious. But anyway, people, we got some crazy dogs.
We just got a new dog. So, we lost Trouble back in November, and we've been thinking about replacing him. Well, this dog is not going to replace him, but that dog just let out a big old snore. I mean, I can't tell who snores worse, Mark or the dog. It is a female German short-haired pointer. I want to call her Gypsy or Dallas. I'm not sure what name's going to stick still.
Me and you too hot.
But
there you go.
The problem is she's deaf.
Yeah.
We're fostering her right now, trying to see if her and sister will get along, and she's deaf. So, and she's got to have soft food. So I take the dog food, grind it up, soak it in water, instant soft food versus all the cans of nastiness. But yeah, it's a trial right now. It's definitely a learning curve.
You could tell the dog was house trained and everything. And I hate to say it, but I think somebody may have. She ended up getting thrown out over close to the shelter. So I'm wondering if somebody had her and they throwed her out. It's a pretty dog. She's
very pretty dog.
Real easy going, humble. I don't know. I'm afraid they threw her out because she did have the maybe the death problem and probably the teeth problem.
Yeah.
So
her teeth are ground down and she's missing one or two or something, and so she's got to have soft food. She eats weird. She drinks weird.
I never have seen a dog stick their whole muzzle in the drink.
She bites the water up instead of lapping it.
Yeah, so I don't know what's happened to that dog. I'm wondering sometimes she may have had a seizure in the past or something. But but I did do some research on German short hairs, and they have a tendency to go deaf like a Dalmatian does. That kind of.
Janelle found us.
I'm good. I'm glad she found us. I'm sorry about all this audio stuff earlier. Next Friday we will make sure we have that straightened out. I don't know what's went on.
I don't know either.
And if Sunday, if we can't get the computer work, I'll just use my phone and just log in. But y'all can see us pretty good using a phone too. So
and here, as long as you use the mic. So Mark Creel, he had a comment a while back, and it's strange. It didn't come up. Mark Creel's is not coming up. It's wild. Anyway, so on the live there, you can see it, but you can't see it on your phone. He said, I heard of sightings near me, but never seen one. He coon hunted all of his life. Believes in them, just never seen one. He wanted to know if there was any sightings in Carrollton area.
I'm not 100% sure about the Carrollton area. I know a little south of you.
And north.
And north of you there have been, but I'm not sure about right there. And I'm glad to have another coon hunter on with me.
I'm sure there's some down there because it's all around him. Yeah. Tallapoosa's had them.
Yeah, Tallapoosa's had them.
Hill, Rockmart.
Yeah. And then right below you can get down toward Pine Mountain, LaGrange, down toward Columbus, Phoenix City. I know anywhere around that river, that Chattahoochee River, they're probably going to be. I've heard of a few reports, even right in Atlanta, where the Chattahoochee comes through. You might could go on. There's a West Georgia Bigfoot on Facebook.
Is that the one that I can't decide sometimes if they're cutting up or if
No,
they're
that's
being
the
honest?
Polk County one or
Okay.
whatever it is. The Polk County or
Yeah.
no, the West Georgia Bigfoot, they for real.
Okay.
You need to go probably check them out on Facebook. It's West Georgia Bigfoot something. A lot of their members are up and down the Alabama line there. They're around Douglasville and Cedartown, down all the way to LaGrange, and they're always posting stuff about Lake Altoona. I guess that's probably
Altoona.
Altoona. Cartersville, I've seen that brought up a bunch.
Mr. John Kilpatrick has made it in.
Hey, Mr. Kilpatrick. I've heard, what's that other little town below Clareton?
Carrollton.
Carrollton, is
Noonan? No.
No, not Noonan, it's Franklin.
I can't remember.
There's another little town right down in there. It's right where the Chattahoochee goes through.
Me and my cousin was deer hunting a few years ago and seen footprints at the edge of the dam about 7 to 9 inches long in mid-November.
Where is this at?
Markville.
What dam, though, are you talking about?
One of the Altoona dams, maybe?
Well, but you get down to West Point, Georgia, you got a dam, too.
I had to ask him that.
Okay. Well, I'm not reading it. That's why I was wondering.
It didn't say.
Okay. I would definitely check with them. And that Mr. McDonald used to have the Alabama Bigfoot Society. He used to talk about the Georgia line a lot because, like I said, he was the Clay County, Randolph County guy, and Chambers County, and that's kind of his area he was working. And I think he stepped over in Georgia a little bit. Trying to remember all them counties right there on the Georgia line, right there besides
Noonan.
Yeah. So yeah, there's some activity in that area. Y'all don't have too much public land right in there, so that puts y'all kind of at a bad spot if you don't have some public land, unless you got them on private property.
That's where he was. He was in Noonan on private property.
Okay. Right here in this part of Alabama, we're pretty lucky with a lot of public land with the Talladega National Forest, with the management areas, and we got 4 or 5 other management areas around us.
So lots of places you can go.
Yeah.
With permission, basically. You don't have to get permission.
The Talladega National Forest is 80, 90 miles long, I think. It's not real wide. In places it's about 20 miles wide. In some places it comes down to a few miles wide, especially up there at I-20, right this side of Heflin. But definitely, there's probably some in there, and I may try to go on. I'm on that Facebook page with them. I may go on there tonight and ask that. When I got to work tonight, so on one of my breaks I may bring that up. And Sunday, we'll be on Woods with Walkers again, and we're going to be talking about a different subject. So y'all try to, any of y'all that's not been watching Wood Walkers, y'all come on there. Misty and Spencer do a real good job with that show, and they always have interest.
When he says we, he means he, because I'll be at work.
Right. So, but you one day somehow we got to figure a time for you and Misty and.
I got to put a month notice in, basically.
And
they keep schedules 3 weeks out at least.
That way y'all can get into some of the paranormal stuff more. Because I'm holding off on the paranormal because I'm wanting you to do it. So, I could run with some of it.
I don't know your paranormal experiences, though, so.
No, well, we've had some together, though.
Well, that's true.
But what I was getting at is.
Like the man up on the hunting club?
I'm trying to stay off that subject a little bit. Not get too depth into it. Just because I'd rather you take that subject up. So, where was we saying?
Bigfoot sightings in Carrollton, Noonan.
Yeah.
where he can go for information.
Yeah, that's one group. Now, there's another group over at this.
And then you were talking about the show Sunday.
Yeah, show. And I don't know. Crops are doing pretty good here. Our Jimmy Red is looking real beautiful. It's starting to tossle. Our evergreens tossing. Watermelons is running good. Sweet potatoes looking good.
Spencer don't want to deal with the paranormal. He said somebody's got to do it with squirrel because it ain't gonna be him.
Yeah. Well, I mean, and it's good to talk about because it does. All this is in together. We can't. Most of us know in this Bigfoot world and paranormal world and UFO world and all this other stuff is all rolled into one. We know it's all together. We just can't figure that connection out yet, and that's what's hurting us. Is once we figure out that connection, and I think I have an opinion where that connection is. I know a lot of people have that same opinion. I'm gonna hold off tonight talking about that, but we're gonna save some of that for Sunday. But and later on I'll do a video on it because I told everybody one day I was gonna come out and do a video on it, and I've just been kind of holding off from getting down in the meaty because that one's gonna get touchy and it's gonna get kind of weird. So I hope I don't throw nobody off, and it's gonna deal biblically. I'll tell you that right now. So
well, let me change the subject.
Okay.
So Spencer said, Joe said, Spencer, you and Squirrel are a team, but that's not what I was wanting to get to. So Mark Creel said it's about 40 acres with a big power line going all the way to Chahaki? Or is that Chattahoochee? That's Chattahoochee River, about 4 miles. Sorry, not good with texting. Sound knocks are maybe 50 yards behind the house. Sounds like a baseball bat, very loud.
Interesting.
Okay. And then I got more.
Okay.
So, but not from him. You can go ahead and answer him first, and then we'll go back to
Well, you
John.
said two key things right off the bat. Power line and the river, not that far away. So, that's very possible. We know they travel power lines a lot. I mean, deer do everything else we humans do. It's easier walking. We know they travel waterways. I mean, that's something that's pretty much established. I mean, it's not a theory of guessing. We pretty much know that. If you've been in the Bigfoot research or following it, pretty much everybody knows they're gonna follow a waterway. That's branches, creeks, rivers. Food, water, cover, usually it's thick around most rivers or creeks. So they got good cover. Cool in the summer. Just all kind of different things. Easy travel route probably for them. Easy not to be detected in them areas. So yeah, right off the bat, I'd say if you're hearing wood knocks, yeah, I would say sounds like
Sounds like one day you'll see one.
Yep. And you're welcome to email me at mgreen35151 if you want to talk deeper about it. That's mgreen35151 at gmail.com. That's how I've been having a lot of people actually start emailing me. Not just with Bigfoot stuff, but homesteading stuff too. And I mean, I'm not no expert, but I'll try to give you an answer on it. If I don't know the answer, I'll tell you I don't know. I may try to look up for the answer. And there's some things I just don't have an answer for.
Yep.
But in fact, you know, if you keep having activity, let me know. I may come visit you if you don't mind. You're not that far away. I do branch out a little bit here and there. I'm going to branch out into the Choccolocco National management area a little more this year, some. More in the middle. I mean, I know the southern end pretty good, and I got some stuff I'm working on the southern end. In fact, I talked to the guy again this past week, and so we're hoping to get together in about a week. So I hope that pans out. So
Okay, so I messed up some of that comment. The wood knocks was not from Mark, it was from John. And I got to read you his stuff in just a second. So, Joe Parker, Spencer, your paranormal pilot was squirrel. That's it. Yes, Spencer's going to have to do some paranormal. Sorry. And Sherry said she's been wanting to do one too. Strange things. Absolutely, we need to do it. I work all the time, so somebody's got to set a date.
Yeah, y'all set a date where she'll know. Give her a little ahead notice, a couple weeks, and she can probably either get off early that day or swap her hours around and come home and do it if y'all want to do it on Sunday afternoon. And I'll say this, we can do it on ours too. I mean, we can do a Friday night live and
StreamYard everybody in. If I can
in.
get the computer mic working again.
Yeah, well, I mean, it ain't got to be a Sunday, and you know, if that makes it easier on everybody.
But y'all gonna have to set it, because I can't set it.
Yeah. So.
All right, so Ken Beatty said, I can attest to what Mark is saying about waterways. When he was camping at the stream at their place a few years ago, I had one, maybe two, visiting me on Creepy Mountain, Ken? No, but right close.
Next, but yeah. Right next to Creepy Mountain.
Yeah, it was right by Creepy Mountain.
It was about a mile away from the actual mountain, but that creek comes off the mountain.
Yep. Spencer also said that's right. Power lines and rivers, especially if you have a river that has S-curves in it with fingers coming down from the hillside. All right. Yep. Now then, let me go back to John's comments. I got to go back a little piece. Okay, John said, something is happening here. Dogs and cats will not go out of the house. I have heard some wood knocks. Something took the top of an ant bed, and then the next day it was sat back on it. That's what I said too. That's why I've got to read this to you. I said, then another comment was wood knocks maybe 50 yards behind the house. Sounds like a baseball bat, very loud. So, and then Mark Hill left another comment, but I can't see it on this one. I'll have to get it up there.
Well, so Mr. Kilpatrick, you got back at your house again. If you're hearing that and your animals are acting weird, I mean, there's something big coming in. But if you're hearing the wood knocks, that points toward them. Now, I don't know. I may have to come visit you one day. We may need to email me, and me and Rebecca ride down one day. You're not that far from us. And if you don't mind, now that ant bed thing,
that's wild.
I'm sitting here trying to think about that one a minute, because I don't know what.
Took the top off and took it with him, and then come set it back down. I mean,
unless he was trying to get the larva out, but Lord, I'd hate to fight fire ants over larva. But now they may be so thick-skinned.
It don't matter.
We don't know that a fire ant might not bother them as bad. I don't know. I mean, it's just like we talked about how they deal with snakes. Yeah. They may be thick-skinned, or like a lot of animals, they're able to resist a snake bite better than we can. I don't know. I mean, it's theory. So a fire ant might not bother them as much as it would us. I mean, that's crazy. I never have heard that before. Take an ant bed top off, then bring it back.
He said he's got 2 cats that never came in the house in 3 years, if I'm reading this correctly. Y'all don't have glasses on, I can't read. Now they fight to stay in, and they're barn cats.
You got something definitely coming up around there. It sounds like the boogers. I don't know of any animal that would take an ant bed top off and bring it back and set it on there. And if you're hearing
unless it's doing it to just be noticed.
Yeah, it could be a sign, but that'd be a rough sign to fool with. I wouldn't want to fool with no fire ants, but I don't know, that's just weird there.
It's very weird.
Just, I would documentation, can't even talk to me. I would document everything you got going on there. Times you hear something weird, like the tree knocks, or if you hear any vocals, write those times down. Write down about your cats acting weird. about the ant bed. Start keeping your a notebook and writing that stuff down and see if one thing you're looking for.
It set it back on upside down.
Huh. That's wild.
Very wild.
And start watching for time frames to happen. This morning, Eric was talking about that, and he's very correct. And he was talking about how the seasons have changed a little bit, like they're shifted. I agree with him. Eric has done the same thing kind of here in Alabama. In fact, we finally had a spring this year, first spring I've remembered in a while. Usually we go from winter to
Hey,
summer.
Dennis.
Be documenting all that stuff. Every time something happens, document it. And Spencer gets on to me about this, and I agree with him though 100%. I can't really say nothing. Get you some recorders. You can get some cheap ones online, and
We got to get ours
set
back.
just set them out on the porch at night, especially at times you think it may be active. That's why I was saying document that, because over time you might
You'll see the pattern.
huh?
You'll see a pattern.
You see a pattern, and you'll know when that pattern may be going to happen. If you got crops growing there right now, that's a good reason something may be coming up, especially because you're a lot further south than we are, so your stuff's probably getting ready, where ours is still, a few weeks off on everything. So we know, I know this for a fact, that they use corn patches. There's no theory behind it. We've seen where they've went through and pulled corn.
And we saw their trail out there, remember?
Yeah. So
They had a trail.
Wasn't a human. Some of the big corn patches that some men, my buddies used to raise, we'd always thinking somebody was in there getting the corn. I think it was a Bigfoot in there getting them. But because we would never find car tracks or vehicle tracks, but you could see where something had walked through the grass to get into the corn patch, but it would come out of the woods. I mean, that ain't a human. Nowadays, I don't think you got no humans doing stuff like that. Now, years ago, maybe, yeah. But I just don't think, and I hate to say it because most people are too lazy to do that. So, I know that's ugly to say, but some truth to it too. But document all that stuff, and if you keep having stuff, let me know. I'll ride down, and we'll walk around, look. There's probably some tracks around there somewhere. Sometimes they're hard to find. There's probably some tracks, and there could be some tree, some markings using tree limbs or boughs or something. Kind of pay attention, around the edge of your woods and stuff. There could be something there sitting there that nature didn't make.
All right, I got a lot of comments, so I got to catch you back up. He said a few, maybe 3 knocks at night, but every morning when he leaves for work at 6, there is a knock. And he said, you are more than welcome to come down. He has mini breaks at about 10 foot.
Okay. Well, sounds like you got them in there. Yeah, if you don't mind, send me an email. Maybe send me your phone number, or you can do it on private messenger if you'd like. I'll get with you here pretty soon, ride down, get back I'm on a maintenance shutdown starting tonight. In fact, I gotta get ready to leave here in a minute, but
oh, that's right, you do. Right at 8.
Get this over with this week. I'm gonna have some Saturdays I gotta work. They put production Saturdays in, so but yeah, I'll get with you. It might be where I ride down on a Sunday morning or a day that you're available too, of course.
Let me go back to reading comments.
Okay.
Say hello, Dennis.
Hey, Dennis, how you?
A different time, me and my cousin was riding 4-wheelers in a swamp where we coon hunted and seen a lot of black hair about 5 foot in a tree. Felt like we were being watched, so we left. That was Mark Creel again.
That's over in the Carrollton area.
Yes.
Okay.
Now, back to the rest of this comment. Misty is Spencer, a team player. Oh no, babe, your phone is dying. Spencer said it doesn't have to be on Sunday. We can do it on your channel on Friday night. We'll just come on there. Misty said that's right. Whatever works for them, we can make it happen. Y'all plan it. I'll make it happen. Just set the date. Maybe not the time, but the date. Because work comes first. I wish work did not come first.
Well, if you did, well, we can do
Mark,
it.
we had a girl leave work today as an emergency because her homeless, carless, jobless boyfriend needed something. So, yes.
Would you leave work
Work
for me
sucks.
if I called you?
If you called me, yes. And with an emergency,
I'm
absolutely.
just
But if
messing
you
with
just needed something to drink, I tell you, go
Oh.
get it yourself.
Ooh.
She left work.
Ooh,
She left work.
I'm just playing.
She left work.
I heard you, babe. I heard you. Yeah.
They weren't happy.
We had a guy
Misty
leave
said,
work the other night because his wife, and we thought it was an emergency and found that it wasn't.
I don't understand people.
But anyway,
Misty said, get a
that's his
recorder
business.
compatible with your computer. Learn the hard way. If it's not easily uploadable, you will just wind up erasing all the evidence. Joe said, we're the world's worst about not having our electronics running when we need. Same here.
Yeah, I think. Well, I mean, there's some people that as soon as before they even get out of the vehicle, they turn theirs on. And I'll be honest with you, when me and Keith was doing a lot of research, me and him didn't really fool with recorders. My buddy Adam did, and I went and run them for him a lot. I just, at the time, I didn't have a lot of time.
Hey, Jim and Sarah.
I didn't really have a lot of time to deal with audio, but I agree, that's a very handy tool, and I'm very guilty of not using it like I
The
should.
show is an emergency. I hear y'all. I'm not so sure my boss would see that the same way. Although if somebody gets to leave for their homeless, jobless, carless boyfriend that needs something stupid.
All right, go ahead. Let's get on with
Then
it.
yes, show should be an emergency.
We're not going to get on.
People are the reason I'm a hermit. Yes, I agree, Mr. Ken. Janelle asked Misty if she had she told her she had a hilarious squirrel video that she needs to post. Will it be okay? Misty said, I'm not Spencer. I enjoy jokes. He's just a little joke. Sorry, Spencer. Love you. Hee. Okay, sorry. Sarah and Jim Saturday are here too.
Hey, how y'all doing? Good to see you.
So, yeah. That's our neighbors. Which I guess since Sarah and Jim are on here, we need to tell them that Saturday is not the fire pit night.
We got to thinking about it tomorrow. This weekend's being the 4th. A lot of people are going to the lake. It's going to be hot.
Steaks are ready.
So
enjoy, Spencer.
We're going to put off our campfire tomorrow night till next Saturday night. In fact, when I get a chance here in a minute, I will make a post that we're going to move it to next Saturday night.
I got to text David Beasley and Kathy.
Yeah, and I need to let a couple other people know.
Because I told them that it was.
I need to let Sergey know and a few other people that might not be watching this live that I know might show up. So
it's okay if they show up. I don't mind entertaining.
Well,
but I prefer it not to be fire pit night.
Well, yeah, since I got to work tomorrow night and I'm supposed to be off next Saturday night. That way I'm here all night too. That way I don't have to leave at 8 o'clock heading for work. But
I had to be at work 9 hours tomorrow.
Yeah, so but I can't fuss. This is it's part of my job. When I hired in, I knew I was gonna have to work shutdowns at 4th of July and at Christmas. So, well, right after Christmas, let's put it that way.
Folding clothes is a good reason not to be sociable.
Yeah.
You can't use your hands to fold and type at the same time. So, all right. So, Mark, it is 8:04. You probably ought to be wrapping this up.
Yep, we better get off here. Enjoyed talking with everybody tonight and appreciate everybody that comes on every Friday night. I hate we didn't do it last Friday night. We decided to go fishing. A friend of mine's got a catfish pond. He feeds them every night around 6, and he wanted Jonathan to really come down and catch some fish, so we just made that spur of the moment. And we did catch a few fish, had a good time socializing with him. Rebecca got to go, so it was good to have a little short break.
Yep.
I hope y'all have enjoyed the videos the last few weeks. I know a lot of them hadn't been real Bigfoot oriented. They've been kind of more history a little bit. Hope y'all have enjoyed that. I will try to get back on my Bigfoot a little more, and some other things I'm going to start trying to talk about a little bit. Let's see. Can't really think of anything else right off bat. And
y'all stay hydrated, stay cool if you can.
And I appreciate all our subscribers. I hadn't said that lately, and I need to. I thank y'all for subscribing, for coming on, listening to us, watching the videos, coming to the lives. Our channel is starting to slowly grow, but I want to stay to the point where I can talk to everybody too.
Yep.
I don't want to get to that point where I can't keep up with everybody.
No. I don't want to have to tell y'all put your questions in caps lock so that we can see it.
Yeah,
I don't want to have to be that person.
Yeah, we're probably heading that direction.
Yep.
But anyway, because I like to do one-on-one with people. I like to be able to talk to each person. That's why I always try to go back and comment on every comment on the videos. I try to comment back and let you know that I read what you said, and you know, because I believe that's, I don't know how you'd say, but anyway, if you got any friends, share it to them that's especially interested in homesteading or Bigfoot. Make a comment.
And a homesteading note, y'all, if you don't water your squash, it dies.
Yeah. If you're not subscribed, go subscribe. Hit that like button. I don't push that a whole lot, but you know, hit it. You know, comment, share, the whole 9 yards. Hit the notification button. Y'all go support everybody we support. I know here lately I hadn't said it as much because most people know who we support, but every now and then I'm gonna go all the way through it just to make sure everybody.
Yeah, because I don't have everybody on there. I've got a couple of them.
Yeah. So of course.
Because I just think there's too many to put on there.
Well, there is a bunch, yeah. And I don't mind saying it all the time. It don't bother me that much. Sometimes I forget people. I hate that when I have that happen, but that's just part of being human. But of course, Woods Walkers was Spencer and Misty.
Oh yeah, y'all thumbs up it.
Yeah, and then the Beast TV crew, Mark and Larry, and the other people affiliated with them, Bama and Miss Debbie and Can Squatch. Lord, I can't remember everybody that's in there. Of course, Misty and her family with you know, SAS group. Y'all go check her out on Facebook
Seekers.
page. Flat Rock with Facebook. Miss Bama BF with Facebook. The Squatching Cowboy on YouTube. A new one, Red Creek Cryptid. I spoke with him today on the phone a few minutes. Me and him was talking about how some of our encounters are a little bit similar. And I've got two I got to tell him that's going to probably blow his mind that I hadn't really talked about a lot. But it wasn't with me, it was different people. Of course, Chris Reinhardt discovered.
Mafia.
Yeah, Red Creek Mafia, yeah. Of course, Chris Reinhardt will discover Sasquatch, and Kyle with Encrypted Connection, Mr. Barton Nunley with the humanoids. I still watch Hellbent Holler some. They've got some good stuff still popping up. And there's just tons more.
There's a ton of Bigfoot
There's
channels.
tons of them. It's hard for me to get to every one of them and watch them.
I don't anymore.
There's some more that I watch here and there. Trail of Bigfoot.
So are we going to list everybody we watch now, or are we still talking about the ones we support?
The ones we support. And then there's some others I watched that's pretty good. That's got some good stuff. But anyway. All right.
Did you mention Deep South?
There's Deep South on the
Homepastures.
homesteading. Deep South Homestead, Perma Pastures.
And as far as I'm going with that.
Yeah, because a lot of them I don't watch no more.
And they don't talk to us.
Right, so.
I like watching Holler Homestead, but they're doing everything by hand still. But I think they're chasing numbers and they're not answering.
Yeah. Yeah, I tried to give him some mule equipment, and he never did answer me, so I guess he didn't want none, which is fine.
Yeah.
So, if anybody is needing. I tried to give a fella in South Alabama some new equipment, because his daughter had got a steer to pull plows with, and I don't know if he still wants them, but somebody wants a few plows. Let me know. I'll give them to somebody that's trying to homestead or get started. So, all right, y'all. I got to get off here and go to work. So
yeah, it's 8:10.
So everybody have a good weekend. Have a good 4th. Be safe. Love one another. Take care of one another. Quit judging. Be kind.
And like Janelle said, there's some she's not connecting with due to them ridiculing others. Don't be them people.
I agree. I have a big problem when I get on one that there's some that I used to watch some, and they got to doing this back and forth. I said, all right, it's time to go.
And Janelle said, get to work, Mark.
Yep. So anyway, y'all have a good weekend, and I hope everything goes good for y'all, and we'll see y'all next Friday night.
And definitely happy 4th, guys.
Happy 4th, and campfire has been moved to next Saturday night, whatever that date is. So,
okay. Bye, guys.
See y'all later.